Handhelds are one in few these days, but back in the late 70s and early 80s they were one in many. There were lots of self-contained handheld consoles back then, and every single company, whether it be electronic or other, wanted in on the market. Some notable names were of course Coleco, Mattel, and Nintendo, but there were plenty of others like Entex, Epoch, and Tommy. I could have chosen any handheld in my current collection to do a review on, but this one is a standout for those who see it for the first time. Probably because it's one of the bigger handhelds I have. It's Caveman. Handhelds today are at the size where they can fit in your pocket, but the handhelds of yesterday were a totally different story. Released in 1983, Caveman is a dedicated tabletop handheld, and from what I said already, very big compared to something like the Game Boy. It was made by Tandy Corporation, which isn't a recognizable name to anybody I'm sure, but Tandy was actually the parent company of Radio Shack. I don't know if Radio Shack is still in good business. The only one I've ever seen was by a Fry's grocery store. As we look closer at the system controls, we see this move lever, which is a control scheme you don't really see anymore. We also have this rectangular button on the opposite side, plus 2 switches for selecting your preferred skill level or turning the system on and off. It's a simple layout for a simple game. Things used to be so simple. The screen has certainly seen better days, as you can see from the wear on the bottom. These pictures show the point value of 2 enemies and an item. Hitting a pterodactyl can get you 10 points, hitting the dino in the head gets you 30 points, and retrieving an egg will land you 50 points. I know you couldn't tell by the disfigured image, but that's why I'm here. And at least the logo is still in good shape. Mostly. Moving this tan beast around, we see on the side the AC adapter connector, which you can use to charge your system. Or on the other hand, if you go to the bottom of the handheld and open this little door, you'll find the battery pack. The system holds 4 C batteries and it's lasted me a very long time. I know for a fact that I haven't changed the batteries since getting it. But that's probably because I haven't played it too much than everything else I have currently. The game itself consists of a caveman trying to collect eggs from a mother dinosaur in order to survive. And also rack up them points and continue. You'll also have to avoid the pterodactyl and lava from the volcano in later levels. It's very colorful, has very loud sound effects and music, easy to learn, and you can turn pro very quick in no time. Even though the mother's head may have broken in time, it still hasn't stopped me from getting sizable high scores. Caveman is one of the many dedicated handhelds out there, but is one of the very simplistic ones that anybody could get behind. There's also a variant made by the company Tommy, where the only difference is the color of the system is changed to red. As a matter of fact, Tandy actually licensed this game from Tommy to sell here in the States. So there's something for you. If you so happen to find this game, you should get it for the sole reason of experiencing the simple and exciting game of surviving the hostile prehistoric world. It's Caveman. When Nintendo came in with their Game Boy, they would go on to dominate the handheld market, and have been dominating ever since. But in the console market back in the 90s, Nintendo was facing fierce competition with Sega and Sony, releasing their latest consoles, the Saturn and the PlayStation respectively. But Nintendo was stalling for their system, getting it ready to make a leap to a new kind of bit graphics. Which is why on the next episode we're going to have a look at the system that you had to either get in or get out.
If you think I missed anything, please leave a comment. If you like what you see, leave a like. If you think others could get knowledge out of this, share this video. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Now if you'll excuse me, nostalgia is calling.